Taking a look at our starting lineup here, we have Garen, Wukong, Irelia, Severe, Warwick up against Garen, Diana, Lux, Misfortune, and Blitzcrank. Um, Garen as a tank, an 8. I'm not gonna rate myself. Irelia as a mid, a 9. I think it's very wise to pick in casual games mids who could be mistaken for tops. I think that's brilliant. I think what you typically need is somebody who could see themselves with a Dead's Dance, somebody who could see themselves with a Thorn Mail. You're not that quick with the controls. You're casual, you don't know how to time everything perfectly, you're far better off with a lot of health. You're going to see that statistically turn out far better. Um, so I love this because it basically it leans into warrior items like Black Cleaver, warrior items like Dead's Dance, which is winning items. Um, Then Severe as a bottom, I would say a 5. I've never seen anything good from Severe. She seems to be just, a porn star. But, like, there's nothing much to her in terms of, like, getting kills. And then there's Warwick as a support. I would give that a 10. In fact, I will let you know, my secondary preferred role, or my second preferred role, is Warwick as a tank. So I am this guy myself. I would play Warwick as a tank, as a support myself, rather. Um, I think Warwick is brilliant at regenerating. I think Warwick is brilliant at taking huge amounts of damage. Meanwhile, you have some of that playfulness and some of that flexibility that you do not get with Tom Kench, for example. Um, this is precisely what you want if you build them correctly. This is realistic. It will work. You can walk the enemy down. They won't be able to out heal you. They won't be able to out damage you in casual games. Uh, This is a very effective strategy. Now your shooter also has a chance because she has something to hide behind, um, and may actually be a positive force for a change. Then the enemy team, Garen in top, that's an 8. Diana in the jungle, I would say a 6. Has a bit of a kit to do something in the jungle. It's not the worst possible thing that you could go with. But I think very frequently way too frail to hold up properly. Way too easy to take down. Struggles taking down, dragons one on one early in the game. Bit of a Shaco effect, right? Bit of a Shaco effect. Lux as a mid, that's a 9. Misfortune as a bottom, that's a 7. And Blitzcrank as a support, that's a 5. Because were casual gaming here. This is a bunch of casual gamers, and Blitzcrank is very difficult to do properly because he requires a lot of timing, a lot of mechanics, and very few people know how to do that as amateurs. And then even if you do know how to do that, then the entire team has to come together around you to essentially liquidate the enemy afterwards to make that work. And for our first play of the game here, we're gonna have Sima playing as Severe, and Siva sees that the support is going in here and is gonna make a clever tactical retreat here. She's going to make a clever tactical retreat while her bow is going all in. For our second play of the game, we're gonna have Bills using the first spell to take down the enemy support, and beautifully sniped. And then for our third play of the game, I'm gonna come down here. Lux is gonna run up river and chase after that and get her. And for our fourth play of the game here, we're gonna have Warwick going after this bot. And one of the bots is going to disconnect and Warwick is going to get a double kill. It's the fourth play of the game. And then for the fifth play of the game, Warwick is going to come over here at 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And he's going to manage to die to the tower here in a game filled with bots that is intended to have a completely one-sided victory. That's the fifth play of the game. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, we see that Warwick has 6 kills, 1 death, and 1 assist. Which, in my personal view, is really kind of reminiscent of the idiot test, right? You fight a team of 5 bots, so you can tell they each died exactly 2 times. What a coincidence. And they each bought the same health potion. We also see that despite the fact that Warwick is supposed to be a support here, tanking for the shooter, despite the fact that Warwick is a support here, tanking for the shooter, he's building toward Ruined King, which is a marksman item that maximizes attack speed and damage, which is a strange thing to be tanking with for your support or as a support, right? And this is the reason why this kind of, foul behavior of selfishly building toward marksman items, etc., as a support is why we can't have a more civilized and mature conversation about what a support should be, right? I remember, like, um, there was a stretch where I ran Mundo in the jungle because I noticed that there was a wild amount of ranked teams that were lacking a front line and that had no way to initiate. There was nobody to shield them from anybody. Nobody had any life points. Anybody who would engage would instantly go down because you basically just had shooters against shooters against shooters, right? And I remember outrage, the outrage that I would go Mundo in the jungle, even though he specifically has a jungle passive with his canister where he automatically regenerates when he picks it up. And this is the kind of focal point of the community, much like in what mirrors Europe in real life, culturally speaking, today, is like it's important that we have a lot of diversity of looks and a lot of diversity of appearances, but we never really see any diversity of thought. And this is what you get here too. It's just like, okay, they all got their little thing on where, at least they look like a stereotypical whatever it is. Looks like a stereotypical thing, looks like a stereotypical myth, and thus is part of the herd, and we need to fill all our little boxes when it comes to looks and it comes to different, appearances and different styles, right? But when it comes to actual content, when it comes to the the actual rigid backbone of the game, where people who sign up to support should build with support items, right? And this is then somehow you manage to die here against bots who were programmed to each die twice on purpose. Is it a coincidence that the same person also is building Ruined King as a tanking support? Moving on to the game.
have a target. I must get closer. I require a target.